Guys, what's up? Bar Top Reviews. Boom. Bringing you the Mankind. Let's open this sumbitch up and see what we got. Attitude Era Mankind. Personally, when he was with The Rock and Sock Connection, it was great. When he busted out Mr. Sacco into Vince McMahon's mouth when he was in the hospital with that segment with Steve Austin, that was great. Highlights, man, when he got thrown off the I kind of feel like that's what that's from, when he got thrown off the steel cage, Hell in the Cell. Let's see here what we got. It was the Monday night that flipped the wars. Mankind finally got his WWE Championship opportunity against The Rock. WCW announcers took a pot shot at the main event, unintentionally causing WCW Nitro viewers to flip to Monday Night Raw. After 84 weeks, WWE finally surpassed WCW in the ratings, with D-Generation X lifting Mankind on their shoulders as the new WWE champion. Let's see what we got here. It's the ultimate WWE action figure that has always wanted, featuring advanced articulation, multiple swappable parts, ultimate edition, blah 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 blah. Nobody cares about that. What we do care about is, what does it say? What does it say? Where, oh where, oh where? As you try to oh my gosh, this is so dull. Try to open these boxes a little bit better. So we got Mrs. Foley's baby boy. And something else he always says, have a nice day. Classic Mankind. Let's get him out of this craziness. Now, right off the start, what I could tell from here on the hands, he does have what I call the DDP hands, jazz hands. Hey, he doesn't have the Mankind mandible claw glove that would go over the two fingers, and he would wedge it down their throats. I don't see that on any of these hands, so that's kind of a letdown right there. Ruthless aggression, attitude era, man. WWE has done it all. That's cool. Mr. Sacco. Great head sculpts, man. Great head sculpts. And I really do need to get a better blade on this thing. Or just get better snippers or something. Cause yeah. Let's see if we can get him out now. Sorry for the noise. There we go. Boom. Okay. Now, he does have a clear band on him. Sometimes it's good to keep these if you're doing certain toy shots or something. You can't always have certain things in there. But I can tell you right now, he almost has like the Cactus Jack mold under there, but it's not. It'd be better if it was brown, because I think a lot of people would probably try to use him as the old school Mankind when he first debuted. Let's see if we can get this on. Have a nice day. There it is. Oh, wow. Now, I don't know if this was designed to go over his face. But it's cool that, like, you can actually use this and possibly put it on somebody else's head or something, you know? It doesn't look like it's meant for this face at all. Now, surprisingly, he doesn't have any missing patches. Oh, isn't he just a handsome boy? Look at that head sculpt. The one I actually really like is probably this one, the missing tooth, the tongue. That is iconic, man. Absolutely iconic. And then, of course, you have the one he comes stock with, which is the Have a Nice Day face. Let's see what we got. You know, as far as hands, he does come with a pair of fisted hands. He comes with the jazz hands. He comes with the open mic hands. It is an ultimate, so he definitely has butterfly joints. Let's see if we can take this stuff off, excuse me, and see what we got here. It is Velcro. We got, the tie looks like it's stitched into the shirt, which is nice. Let's try and get this off so we can get a better look at some articulation here. And then we have a plain white shirt underneath. It's almost like you get a 2-in-1 figure here, if you think about it, because you put this on and he almost kind of looks like Cactus Jack. We're gonna keep that head sculpt off for right now. So we do have the articulation here. A hidden gem, because it is a scar that's on his arm, is covered up mainly by the shirt, so you don't even notice that. So that's cool that they added that. Bicep swivel, pinless joints, double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, all pinless, very nice. Thigh swivel, bicep swivel, torso's on a ball joint, and he also has waist swivel. And boots they do rock, they go up and down, toe articulation. This is basic articulation for Ultimate figures, which is pretty cool. It does have the hole, so if you do want to stick them on a stand, you can. So let's get the shirt back on. Let's get Mankind dressed again, because personally it's kind of weird to have him undressed. Now, was this my favorite version of Mankind? It was definitely up there. I liked him when he first debuted and he was wearing the all brown. You know, like, to me that was a cool version of him when he first debuted. And he was like Boiler Room, hey, crazy little man, type deal. To me that was cool. You know. And then after this, he kind of became a jokey character, if you will, which is not bad, because, you know, that did get him, I think, a little bit better in the eyes of a lot of people, you know, especially when he went to the Rock and Sock connection. Let's get that head sculpt on that we like. You know, he had his moments of good segments and stuff like that. You know, as far as how I'm gonna display this bad boy, definitely with this head sculpt. And of course, you can't have him wearing the suit, wearing the shirt and tie without Mr. Sacco holding that Attitude Era belt. So freaking nice. You know, we do have a couple of belts in the collection, which is nice. Very, very well detailed. I think one day we're gonna have to do a comparison with these belts to see how accurate they are compared to the ones on the wall. Now, see, I like this head sculpt. And Mankind does have to have his mask on in order to be Mankind. I like this head sculpt. I do. But at the same time, man, I love having the accessory piece of the mask. You know, even if it's having him holding that. Mr. Sacco. Maybe we put on Mr. Sacco. That's pretty cool. I mean, there's really not much to say about Mankind. I mean, obviously, if you're not a wrestling fan, but you could definitely say a lot about his career, man. From, you know, when he first started off, Cactus Jack, then coming to WWE, being Mankind, and then eventually bringing his other characters to life. Dude Love, bringing Cactus Jack to the stage. I was more a fan of, like I said, Mankind in the early stages when he had the brown and he fought, you know, Taker and stuff like that. The shirt, once he went to the white shirt, I don't know. I mean, everybody says that's when his character really flourished and all that stuff. And yeah, they're right, but I'm old school. I like the debut of him. I like the whole concept behind him. And obviously, as he, you know, went through more and more, blah, 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 he did become more, you know, more of a star. Was he my favorite wrestler? No. Did I enjoy watching him? 'Cause absolutely. You never knew what he was going to do or what craziness, you know, was going to happen. I think, honestly, the arms on him, on the figure, are too jacked, but not bad because you don't notice it. And again, that scar that's on his arm, that's under there, a hidden detail, that's something I really appreciate with the figures like this. So I think we're going to change this to a fisted hand just to see how Mr. Sacco goes on there. If it's any better. No, it doesn't really make a difference. But now we're going to try something. Little man's up there playing with the wrestling figures. You're hearing. No, it's not working the way I thought. Maybe open hand? No. Either way, we're going to stick them on there like that. I think it kind of works. I wish they would have had a thing in here that you can kind of have him pulling it out. You know, out of his pants the way he used to do it. I guess that's probably why he doesn't have the mandible claw gloves, because he would just use Sacco. Mr. Sacco! Have a nice day. But yeah, this review's gone on for a little longer than usual. Not really much informative to it. You know, I'm not going to get into the guy's history and stuff. Maybe that's for another day. You know, this is more just about the figure itself. I know sometimes I do get off topic with it. But yeah, that's it, man. Mankind, 15-minute review on this guy. Holy poop. I try to keep him within 10 minutes, so I apologize. But yeah, kind of excited about this figure. Excited we finally found him. So eventually we're going to have to see if we could find the Eddie that he came out with. Also, for those of you who don't know, that Legends deal with Demolition, once those figures are available, oh God, I hope I get my hands on them. So we have to keep our eyes out for that. Mr. Fuji as well will be there, because how do you not get Fuji in Demolition? So that's what we're looking for. All right, guys. Cheers, man. Thanks for stopping by.